Chelsea fans, betting slips that are ready. Did you have a Kepa clean sheet and a Timo Werner goal double? If you didn't, one you missed. This is Chels Daft and I'm back with another video on the channel. If this is your first time here, then make sure you have a look around, subscribe to the channel and hit that bell for notifications to make sure you don't miss when my videos come out. Did the live commentary last night. It was a good game, a good win, and we're back inside the top four. So, for now, let's get cracking. So we headed into the game last night, waiting for the team news to come out, and we're all sitting there thinking, I'll just take a win. Based on how the results went for us over the course of the weekend, Liverpool, Tottenham, Everton, all losing, United dropping points. It was an ideal opportunity for us to grasp the opportunity, which is something that we haven't done earlier in the season when we had opportunities to do the same thing. It was imperative that we got the right result last night. Even a scrappy 1-0, I said in my preview, off the back of someone's behind would have been great. And we got more than that, let's just be honest. It was a great performance from the team. 2 goals, a clean sheet, a little bit of a patchy 15 minutes in the second half, let's be honest. It's not all rosy, but we have to just congratulate the players and the manager for their performances and just the decisions that were made, which, let's be honest, when we first saw the team selection, raised a few eyebrows. Kepa coming in as goalkeeper raised a few eyebrows. He played well against Barnsley, but I will say this, Thomas Tuchel in his interview with Sky Sports Monday Night Football after the game reiterated that Edouard Mendy is the number one and will continue to be going forward. But he wanted to give Kepa some more confidence by playing the game as he did last night. His handling was good. His use of the ball with his feet was good. And when needed, he sprung into life and made a couple of good saves. What more can you ask for from Kepa? So a good performance from him, but Mendy's back in next week, you have to imagine. The back three was pretty much standard, with Thiago Silva not being there, Christensen come in. The wing-back positions were interesting for me before the game. Were we going to be more defensive-minded and go with Chilwell and James, or look to play front foot and get forward with Alonso and Hudson-Odoi? And it proved to be the latter, with Alonso and Hudson-Odoi starting the game, and both proved to be key selections. The midfield too, Jorginho and Kovacic were great yesterday, I have to say, but I will get into this dodgy period in the second half, so stick with me. Up top, Tammy Abraham got the nod. I thought Werner might get the start up front with one of Ziyech or Pulisic next to Mason Mount. Didn't prove to be the case. Tammy started and did okay. Shame he got injured in the penalty decision, which I will go into in a bit. He come off for Olivier Giroud, but Timo Werner lined up next to Mason Mount. On paper, but played a very different role. And Chelsea were great in that first half, let's be honest. We were moving the ball about, and I spoke about the key areas out wide. And Sky Sports focused on it. We were looking at it during the game and I was commentating on it and I spotted it anyway. The Marcus Alonso, Timo Werner sort of relationship is building on that left-hand side. I've said on my Twitter account and I've said numerous times about João Cancelo for Man City and what he does when City are in possession. He's the right back without the ball. With the ball, he comes inside, as he did against Chelsea and made that extra man in midfield. He moved off that wing and he come inside and created all sorts of problems because he moved into a position where he wasn't expected to be. That's exactly what Marcus Alonso was doing yesterday, numerous times in that first half on the left-hand side. As Chelsea had possession and built through the midfield, Timo Werner would come out to the left wing and hug the byline. Alonso would look and see him there and Alonso would run past him, but make the run into a forward area as if he was playing like a striker. So the defenders were confused. Do I go with Alonso? Do I go out to Werner? And that sort of led to our first goal. But we were playing much better. We were playing quicker. We were moving the ball forward. We were getting it wide and getting crosses in. Callum with great crosses into the box, just nobody on the end of them. And as I say, we had a penalty which was turned down. And looking at the replay, Lascelles did get the ball first. He sort of got the ball, but as he stretched from round the side on Tammy, as Tammy was in the box, Tammy could see him coming and put his right leg out, looking to be hit and to go down, maybe. But Lascelles come round and his right leg got the ball, but his momentum caught Tammy's ankle underneath his body as he slid in Tammy turned his ankle a bit and couldn't carry on. He tried to, couldn't carry on. It wasn't a penalty. I said it in commentary. Looking at the replay, it was a clear. He won the ball. Unfortunately, he took Tammy as well, but he did win the ball, and it wasn't given. Tammy went off injured. Olivier Giroud come on and made a difference straight away. What Giroud gives you, as we all know, is the link man. You play the ball up to him, it sticks. He lays it off. He's cute and classy touches to play 1-2s in. We had a focal point, and it was good to see. Chelsea, the goal come from a great move. Andreas Christensen picks up the ball in the centre circle. And as we said earlier about Werner, he'd come right out to the left-hand side, just in front of the benches, a bit further along the byline. Alonso run past him. The ball's played out to Werner, and he collects it in loads of space because the left-back is thinking, do I go Alonso? Do I go Werner? And they backed off, and Werner was allowed to run towards the edge of the box. What Timo did was brilliant because he took the player on, took him down towards the byline, 10 yards from the byline, stopped as if to come back on his right foot, but then went again on his left foot, and the defender couldn't reset himself. He gets to the byline, he drills a good cross into the near post. I'm not sure who went in the near post, I can't remember, but someone challenged the near post, the defender and goalkeeper. The ball spills out and falls to Olivier Giroud, penalty spot, drills it, left foot, 1-0. It was a great goal to score at an important time because Chelsea were dominant. Newcastle in the first half, they were playing high, but they weren't pressing. And that was something that was strange that I picked up in commentary. There'd be probably 10, 15 yards inside our half in their 4-3-3 shape, but they were allowing the likes of Jorginho and Kovacic just to drop off them, collect the ball and turn under no pressure. There was no press, and it was easy for Chelsea to move the ball about in our sort of defensive third and then through midfield. As soon as we got over the halfway line, maybe even 10 yards into their half, that's when Newcastle went to shut us down. So they allowed us time to play, and we got our second goal. Some good play down through our midfield into attacking areas led to a corner, and a Mason Mount corner from the right, outswinger, comes across. Giroud took 3 defenders with him to the near post. It went over all of them, and it falls to Lascelles, and he's standing there, and it literally hits him. He thinks someone's going to head it at the near post. It rebounds off his leg, and it sort of spins away towards the far post, and Werner does great. He's up against Lewis, gives Lewis a shove out the way, gets himself goal side, onside, and he just gets, as he's falling away, he flicks the ball into the back of the net. Darlow tries to keep it out. It's gone over the line. It's 2-0. Timo's got an assist, and he's got himself a goal. He was brilliant yesterday, Werner, I have to say. And he reminded me very much, do you guys remember Fernando Torres? Remember him? But do you remember the Europa League? He sort of was playing sort of a little bit within himself for a period of time, Torres, in that season. He played Europa League and he got a whack in the face, and it led to him having a broken nose. But as soon as he got a whack in the face, it sort of changed Torres. He became this caged animal, and he played with a fire in his belly, and his performances just went from ear up to ear. And it was the same with Werner yesterday. He got a whack in the face twice, moaning and blood and all sorts. And it sort of woke him up a bit. And I just thought that was great to see him reacting and having that fire in his belly. There was an opportunity in the second half where Lascelles sort of shoved him away, and you could see a penalty being given because Lascelles doesn't play the ball. Werner was infuriated with a couple of decisions yesterday, let's just say that. But we get in at half-time 2-0, and we're more than comfortable. If anything, we could have had 3, could have had 4. So we go in at half-time, and you're thinking, will he change anything? And he didn't early, which was good to see. So we go to carry on. But Steve Bruce has got into the Newcastle players. He's told them to push 10 yards further forward to engage and press the Chelsea players. And it was very noticeable. And I will say this, a lot of people are painting a very pretty picture on other channels, and fair play, that's their opinion. But for me, that 15 minutes in the second half shows there's plenty of work for us to do. They pressed Jorginho, they pressed Kovacic, they pressed the back 3 and the wing-backs with the ball, and we lost it on numerous occasions. Numerous times we gave the ball away. We lost it in possession. Jorginho didn't have the time and space, nor did Kovacic. It was almost like we was in a false sense of security and a bit of a low, based on the fact that we knew that we had the space to play how they were playing first half. Second half, that changed, and we struggled. We really struggled to try and play through midfield for at least 10, 12, maybe 15 minutes in the second half. And Newcastle then, for some reason, they give it They were playing well. They were much the better team the second half. They were imposing themselves on us. They were getting into dangerous areas, not with any sort of real end product, but they were getting into dangerous areas. And then it sort of just faded again. And Chelsea were given the time and space to knock the ball about. At times it was again too slow and kept going backwards because they were getting in their defensive shape. At times we got into good areas. Callum down that right-hand side, putting some great balls in the box, and Reece James. But we just couldn't get that third goal. But the first half was a great performance from us because we were allowed to play by Newcastle. Second half, they showed what somebody could do against Chelsea, playing this way with Jorginho, Kovacic and pressing the back three. And it's a concern. But we got through that period, didn't concede, and we played well. And we deserved the result 100%. Now, performances on the day, everyone played well. Nobody really had a bad game at all. I have to say that. I thought that Andreas Christensen was decent. I thought Aspi was busy. Kepa with his clean sheet was good. Rudiger was just comfortable. Alonso made an impact off the ball, which led to the first goal. But he was always causing them a problem, Alonso. So that was good. Him and Timo's relationship on that left-hand side makes you wonder, because Mason Mount's relationship with Callum on the right proved to be dangerous at times, with Mason finding himself space in that right channel and him and Callum linking up. So if Mason and Timo are going to play behind a striker, where does that leave Christian Pulisic and Hakim Ziyech, who noticeably neither of them come on in the game? So, there's interesting sort of things being developed here and played out, and it's going to be interesting to see how Thomas Tuchel decides to go forward with that. But as I say, midfield 2, Jorginho, Kovacic had a bit of a dodgy period second half, 15 minutes, but Kovacic was outstanding. Mateo Kovacic is one of the best midfielders in the Premier League for receiving the ball under pressure and turning away, having the ability and the skill to negotiate his way out of trouble and just start an attack going forward. It's great to see, and he was in full flow yesterday. He was right up there for me with Werner as man of the match. I thought Giroud was brilliant when he come on. Mason was busy, didn't have a lot of real impact in the game, but what he was asked to do, he did, and as I say, he was finding space, feeding Callum on the right. That's all you want to see. He's unlucky with an opportunity which he shot wide, but Mason will have better games. He wasn't bad. He was good enough, let's just say that. Callum, busy on the right-hand side, always a threat. Did well defensively against the Maximum, leading to the point where Maximum had to go. He went off. He was replaced by Fraser. Newcastle were much more dangerous towards the end of the game when they put 4 players forward. But Chelsea dealt with it, and Callum did his part. Changed with about 20 to go, or 15, whatever it was, for Reece James. And N'Golo Kanté come into the middle of midfield with Mason Mount going off, and as I say, Giroud was on for Tammy. Everyone played well, and it was a good performance, a much-needed 3 points. We're back inside the top 4. West Ham won. They beat Sheffield United, so they temporarily went 4th. They're now 5th, and Liverpool was 6th, believe it or not. That's all we wanted yesterday was a win, but we got a great performance first half, a good solid half hour in the second half, but it's worth noting, and it's important to note, that we struggled for 15 minutes. It's not all rosy, and it's something to work on. I just want to finish up with Thomas Tuchel himself. And I was watching on delay, I was watching the Sky Sports sort of post-match coverage. And Thomas Tuchel's his interviews are very interesting because you can see this guy's all about the stats and the technical side of the game, whereas you maybe have heard from Frank Lampard after the game yesterday saying we had a great first half, with a bit of a dodgy period for 15 minutes, but we had a great solid second half, and we got the win and we were comfortable for the most part. That's probably what Frank would have said, and we have to be honest about that. Thomas Tuchel was in the stats and what we allowed, what we didn't allow in the first half, and how many duels we lost in the second half, how many times we moved the ball backwards, how many shots, how many challenges. He's all about the stats, and it's literally like he's reading the stats live as the game's going on, and he's reacting to it. It's very noticeable that he said the second half we could be much better. He did complain about the ball going backwards too many times. We didn't look to play through their press early, and he noted that poor performance in the first 15 minutes. So it's just interesting to see the way the managers work differently. But Tuchel's unbeaten. What more can you ask for as we head into 5-day break, and then we play Southampton, or 4-day break. We'll then play Southampton, lunchtime, 12:30 kickoff away at St Mary's. So make sure you check out my live commentary. The video's on the channel now of the commentary last night. If you've never seen it before, have a scroll through, get a feel for what it is. It's actual commentary. And I thank you guys if you joined the stream last night and gave the comments that you did. I appreciate it, and I always appreciate all of your support. So if you like this video, drop a like on it for me, subscribe to the channel, but make sure you hit the bell for notifications so you're notified when my videos come out. Let me know what you thought of the game last night, the whole game, the performance, anything of note that you noticed or you want to see us improve, or you want to commend Chelsea on last night in the comment section. Have a cracking Tuesday. I'll see you guys tomorrow.